So Donald Trump held this cabinet meeting today, and he's been turning his cabinet meetings into a media spectacle, having the press there and televising the whole thing. And at some point, either before, during, or after the cabinet meeting, I'm not sure when, he was talking to reporters. And he floated this idea of that he himself or the federal government would just take over Washington, D.C. Now, Washington, D.C. has its own mayor, city council, things like that. And they run their own business. They don't answer to any particular state. And yes, while they do have to follow federal law, they are not federal. But Donald Trump says, well, we could take it over. We could run it flawlessly. We'd get the best person. Well, we know how Donald Trump is with best people. Look at his track record for some of the people that he has got in other positions. You know, you got Pete Hegseth at the Department of Defense. You got Kash Patel at the FBI. Anti-vaxxer RFK Jr. leading Health and Human Services. No way he would get a good person to run D.C. But what is this really about? Well, he's floating this idea of not just taking over D.C., but he's going against, other cities where he doesn't like how things are going. For example, New York City, he doesn't like the Democrat, was it Mumdani? I probably butchered that name, but the guy who was selected by the Democrats in the primary to run for mayor of New York City. Doesn't like his politics and things like that, and basically said, well, if this works with D.C., maybe we'll take over New York as well and get them in line. These are the steps an authoritarian takes. He wants the power. Now, would he be able to do it? No. In order to take over D.C., that would take Congress to change the law. And this isn't something like the one big beautiful bill that he can do with simple majorities in both houses. This would take being able to bypass the filibuster. And well, he can't do that. He can't bypass the filibuster. So they don't have 60 votes in the Senate. So he's not going to be able to take over D.C. and run it. He's just throwing this out there because he needs some kind of a win, and he thinks it makes him look tough. He looks ridiculously weak at every turn, and when he does and says these things, the world laughs at him. The country, the reasonable side of the country, is laughing at him. Some people are cheering it, but his supporters don't understand how these things work and how bad they could be when the roles are reversed. Would they want the same thing to happen when a Democrat is president and they go after, red counties or red states? They wouldn't like that. But when it goes against Democrats, they love it.